Hello YouTube, this is Time Itself with a game of Domination on Karachi for you today. After quite a few close games, close to shutouts, I finally managed to get one where we do get a shutout on this map. Not sure why it's so hard. I think it's just the communication necessary and how hard it is to keep a team in the spawn trap. The one part that is pretty easy and reliable is keeping them off A. And I'm going to use an AT4 for that first here, but C4 and Simtex are also good choices. And it's an easy, lightweight marathon run, and you'll get there just in time. If they don't stun in front of them, you'll get them almost every single time. Like that. We took C, we'll have A and B shortly, so let's just take a minute to talk about what the spawn trap is going to look like. We want to trap them in the parking lot, so no one can go back there, and those red areas can't go past it. It's just a rule we have to play by on this map. The secondary spawns are going to be by the clock tower on top of the bridge, and they can also start spawning behind A around the bus and the cafe. If they spawn at the clock tower, they'll normally run to C. If they spawn at the bus, it's a little harder to tell A or C. But they're normally not going to run to B, actually, maybe from the bridge. But what we want to do is we need to keep one person back over C on these rooftops here. It's really important just to watch C. They can sit all the way back depending on which side they seem to be coming out on. We also need someone over B, and they can look out over at the clock tower and also down into their spawn, even and almost across A. But again, we can't go back into the parking lot, even into that ice cream shop. It doesn't work. And we can also have people above A. It's not so important that someone's actually up there, but we do need the option that someone could be up there just so that they can't predict where we are. That was kind of a fun fly through. I think my masking skills need a little work still, but keep trying it. When I went back and watched this video, I noticed that we took A before we took B. And experience would say that might have been an issue for us, but it doesn't seem to have been. They're still spawning in the parking lot. Well, everything's good. At this point, it seems like they're still trying to push to B. And sneak in behind them and pick up a few easy kills. This is the same class that I used on that shutout on Skid Row that I posted. I've got an AT4 as my secondary. I get one shot with the thing. So as soon as I fire it, I need to be looking for a secondary weapon. I don't have scavenger on this class marathon. Now that guy right there, I was hurt, so it would have been risky to sit there and try and kill him. But if he's going to sit back in that parking lot spawn, I probably want to let him do that so that they keep spawning back there. Convince him somehow that it's safer back there. But you noticed that this guy got my teammate. He called out that he'd been killed from the cafe and the bus, and so I turned around and took care of him. Important to keep him from spawning out there very long, or it's going to be really hard to get them stuck back in the parking lot spawn. Now I got one more. Tots takes care of him, no problem. And I'm sitting on this sentry gun. I need to call it in at some point, but we're running all over the place, and this is frantic. Maybe have two people at each flag, two of us at A. I think there are 3 at B and 1 back at C right now, and so stopping to call this in is really risky, both in terms of actually being able to pick it up and losing points because of it. I can't believe how long I got away with sitting here. They keep running towards A and B, not even looking for me, and that's probably the 3rd guy I'd killed from there, and no one's turned around that corner looking for me yet. Go ahead and move anyway. It's just generally a good idea. If someone's going to come around the corner where you killed them there from before. Might notice they're getting out around to the market and not coming to A quite as heavily. And normally I wouldn't really like just sitting here under such a circumstance, but I know my teammates have it, and I need to stay at A if we're going to hold this. Yeah, it is pretty epic to run back and stop people taking a point, but I'd rather hold them back in that parking lot spawn, if at all possible. This ACOG on the AK, I don't know why, it's just not doing it for me right now. I don't really get a choice since it's not my gun, but it just doesn't feel right. I think there's a little bit of glare on the lens there. It's making it hard to see people. Now that guy did a smart thing and came along on the far side of the map and flanked me. Not much of a flank, but at the same time, I wasn't looking right where he was coming from. Airstrike saves me. Thank you, teammates, Airstrike. I'm kind of bummed about dying there for the first time. It's okay. When I put C4 on A, needs to be able to kill anybody on it, but people like to sit between those two buildings, and so the C4 needs to be in a place that it could kill someone capping the point from between those two buildings. Just an important little note to keep in mind. And one of them spawned back behind the bus in the cafe. I'm not going to win that fight, I'm just not, and that's why it's important to have them in a spawn trap, so that you know which direction you need to be looking. I'm trying to save the Harrier here, because he's going to shoot it down, but I give up and just stun him, and again, hopefully they'll all start spawning back there and we can re-establish the spawn trap. Now here I'm torn. I have the C4 on the points already. I could run back and let him die to it, but I don't have a scavenger on, so it's the only C4 I get. I shoot him. That was some horrible timing with that sentry gun. Guy walks around the corner and takes us both out, while I'm calling it and my teammate is looking the other way. Again, it's important to know where they're coming from. The really challenging part about this map, in addition to keeping the spawn trap up, is that they will randomly spawn out of it sometimes and run to the points. Okay, I got destroyed, that's whatever. And I can defend 2 points at once if I have C4 on one of them. It gets to be really mean when you have multiple people on a team doing it, C4ing one point and going to a different one. Okay, we're losing C here. This isn't a time to mess around. I'm going to use my AT4 on it. I could come around and try and shoot him, but I'm probably going to lose that firefight. Better just to blow him to hell with the launcher. Okay, they just called in an emergency airdrop, and everybody on my team would love to go over there and steal their stuff. But look where he called it in, back behind in the parking lot. The one place we have already said we can't go, even if we want to. So, well, my teammate has an airstrike, so he puts it right on there. That can still move the spawn too, but he does kill the guy whose emergency airdrop it was. Pretty funny. But there, see, they spawned at C, and I have C4 on it. Defend the point just like that. And that will bring us to the end of the game. I had quite a bit of turnover here. I had 4 people the entire game, and almost everybody who finishes the game accounts for all the kills and deaths, so there were a couple slots moving over there, the 5 and 6 slot. It's a shutout. Well, there we are. I think this is the 12th full-length video I've done, so I think I'm getting better at this, but if I could get a little more feedback from people, that would be awesome, and it would be pretty cool if I grabbed a few more subs too along the way. So please leave your comments. Thanks for watching.
UAV online. Losing C! UAV recon standing by. Repeat. UAV.